Hi everyone.
Howdy. Welcome to the channel. It is August 27th and today we are discussing laugh or cry? Question mark. It begins with a quote by Seneca. Heraclitus would shed tears whenever he went out in public. Democritus laughed. One saw the whole as a parade of miseries, the other of follies. And so we should take a lighter view of things and bear them with an easy spirit, for it is more human to laugh at life than to lament it. Okay, I kind of have to go back because I got distracted by the weird names.
The Democratic guy?
Democritus. Who knows if I'm saying it right? Okay, one saw the whole as a parade of miseries, the other of follies. Take a lighter view of things, bear them with an easy spirit. It's more human to laugh at life than to lament it. Yeah.
I feel like that's what comedians kind of have figured out, you know, like like somebody's like a natural comedian or something. Like I feel like those people have somehow this mechanism works in them. They're just like I just gotta laugh at this freaking craziness, you know what I mean? And then they find it funny, right? Instead of like, oh my god, I ran into this situation. It was so frustrating and terrible, right? But like someone like let's say Seinfeld or somebody might spin it in like a funny way. The frustration becomes funny or something. And that's like a, well, it could be a skill, I guess. We can learn that.
Yeah.
But I also feel like it is also in some people, maybe they practice that skill from like super young because they feel some sort of they find a way of dealing with hard things through that and it works. So then they like training that and they become like comedians or something, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's hard. Sometimes it's very hard to laugh at that especially when it's happening. You know, maybe later you can find it kind of like obnoxious and ridiculous and kind of funny, but when it's happening, it's like it's not funny.
It might begin though with like cultivating a sense of humor about other stuff, like not trying to cultivate a sense of humor about the hardest parts of the day, but cultivating a sense of humor at like the boring parts of the day or just something that's a little bit less like emotionally heightened. And then maybe the humor can start to like gradually as a skill set become bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Because I would love that skill to like be able to have a sense of humor in difficult times. I would love to have a sense of humor kind of all the time.
Sure.
Like yesterday was like a really like sense of humory kind of day. And it wasn't as if I was like not dealing with problems. It was like, no, like there are problems. It's just that like the sense of humor is almost like the recognition that it's all part of the game. Like this is all part of it.
Mm-hmm.
All of this crazy shit is part of this, and like, isn't that kind of hilarious?
Yeah. Yeah, but that requires us to see it from that kind of removed kind of a place, right? Because you see it as a third party, like, haha, that thing out here is funny. But if it's happening to you, like if you're taking it from the first person perspective, that's where I feel like that's where it's super hard because you're like,
of course,
you can't see the funniness in it.
Right.
You are in it. You are in the misery.
And that's why I'm thinking that if I go about this just trying to build my sense of humor.
So it's training the distance, the distancing, or not the distancing, but the kind of seeing it more remote or something. Yourself in those situations instead of in the I'm in this thing and it's happening to me and I am being whatever and they're doing it to me, right, or something.
Yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, there is a distance with humor. And like, that's why my guess is here to like build into that skill set is to start doing it during other times of the day, like just trying to build it up at these smaller moments of the day, because even at those moments there's still a distance practicing, because humor does require that, like, ooh, I see it from this other angle, cool. So if I can start to train myself to do that in like lower stakes moments, then perhaps I can like build into that area where I'm seeing even the hard stuff that I'm normally so first person-y about. I can start to see it from a different perspective.
Yeah. Yeah, from the and then that was something with the judge, or like, you know, like being kind of the judge of the situation instead of being the perpetrator or the victim in it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay, cool. Sounds great. Ryan time? Are you good?
Yeah, well, after I put my glass down.
Yeah, well, of course. No, I'm not saying hurry up.
Okay. Ryan says, is this observation the origin of that famous expression about frustrating news? I don't know whether to laugh or cry. The Stoics saw little purpose in getting angry or sad about things that are indifferent to our feelings, especially when those feelings end up making us feel worse. It's also another bit of evidence that the Stoics were hardly some depressing, bitter group of old men. Even when things were really bad, when the world made them want to weep in despair or rage, they chose to laugh about it. Like Democritus, we can make the same choice. There is more humor than hate to be found in just about every situation. And at least humor is productive, making things less heavy, not more so.
Yeah. That's perfect. Yeah, because it still takes it's just better. It's making the situation better, improving it by seeing the humor in it versus if you're seeing the depression and the sadness and all of that, you're actually prolonging it or making it potentially heavier or like deep, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Worse.
Yeah.
Not just longer, but also.
Yeah.
You know?
And I like that he says productive, because when I am in the miserable state, I am not actually making forward movement on the problem.
Because we're moving, like one way or the other it's moving, right? But where is it moving? Is it moving towards worse or is it moving towards better? And so humor is more of like the productive thing towards better.
Yeah.
Versus the sadness and the and I'm not saying don't be sad, but like the continuously looking at world with the sad and kind of miserable, things are bad, things are terrible, like with this kind of eyes, like we are being productive but in the wrong direction or something, you know.
Well, and we're not being productive on the problem that we're mad about, because we're not paying attention to solving the problem. We're paying attention to how this problem is ruining my life.
That's why we might not see improvements.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
It's like, why is this not happening? I've been bitching about this for years.
It's not happening because you're bitching about it.
Because that's all you're doing
right.
about it.
Right. You're not solving your problems. You're just bitching about them. Yeah. And humor, at least then, now I'm in a better state of mind. I can actually start solving some of these problems. And a lot of problems are collaborative. Like, I need other people's help in solving them. So if I'm bringing humor to the situation, other people want
to be involved.
Right. Versus if I bring misery, everybody's like,
hey guys, we have this horrible problem. We have to solve it. Right? It's this miserable situation that we're all in. Right?
Yeah. Like nobody wants to work with that guy. Yeah.
Nobody wants to do that. Yeah, it's gotta be more. It's gotta be like, let's get this thing better, guys. This is awesome. Let's make, and it's like make fun of it. Like, hey, isn't this ridiculous? Like how things end up like this? But let's make it better. Yeah, or something. Yeah, there's something about it. Yeah, and it also like then, like when you're in humor, like I feel like time moves very fast, versus when you're in this like kind of bitch fest, and like sadness or something, or being pissed off, like it's kind of moving slow. Like it's like it's like molasses, you know. So it's like, why not? Yeah, it's like there's all these benefits to view it through the humor glasses, you know, in some way. Good one. Cool. Anything else you got?
Not for me. Let's wrap it up.
So yeah.
Thanks for joining today. We'll see you here tomorrow.
Bye guys.